Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Three Guys Walking to Culinary School. Podcast
Hey,
where hey, what's going on? What's going on?
What's good?
No, everything, man. Everything and anything. Very excited to be back on with you guys. Got a lot to talk about this episode. A lot of fun things happening, a lot of fun things gonna be happening. Um, and I kind of want to start off. Actually, you know what, Tim? Can we discuss? You did something fun. You did some celebrating this weekend with the family. You want to share that with us?
Yeah, we went out to Hibachi with my youngest son, which was really fun. It's always like a great experience, and I love the meal of Hibachi. But as the chef was serving it after he did his whole show and everything, and he put the rice on the plate first, I started to wonder: Am I allowed to, once that rice hits the plate, am I allowed to start eating it, or am I supposed to wait until everything else goes on the plate? And it had me thinking. I don't know what the hibachi etiquette is, so I thought I'd ask you guys what your opinion is.
That's
that's
funny.
that's that's a good question. I mean, usually I just go for it. I don't because typically, you're hungry, right? You're watching this guy put on this little performance, and I'm like, okay, I'm smelling food, and this is all delicious. And now I just want to eat. Like once it goes on the plate, I'm going for it.
Yeah, man. Once you get
Wait,
those smells, man, and plus, you know
Yeah,
what? Like, usually when you're waiting for food, it's because someone else didn't get their food. But if you're doing hibachi, like everyone's at the same pace, same level. So everyone's got their rice, everyone gets their veggies, everyone gets their protein. So go for it, man. Enjoy
that
it. You know,
that's an interesting point. You're right.
yeah.
Everybody has the same food,
You're
should
at the
have the
same
same food
point.
in front of them
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
at
you
some
know, I mean,
point.
at least the basics.
And I've already eaten my miso soup, so why can't I keep going?
Oh, that soup's gone, bro. And that carrot dressing or the carrot ginger dressing is my
Yeah.
probably my favorite all-time dressing
And
ever.
there
Makes iceberg lettuce delicious.
like real fried rice is my favorite thing, and like what I mean like real fried rice is like it's coming right off the flat top. I feel like that stuff you get at like Happy Walk number 1 is just like it's just like steamed rice that's colored brown. It's never really been fried.
I think you've
yeah,
insulted literally 37% of Chinese food restaurants because
I'm
they're
I'm
all called
sorry.
Happy Walk number one. Um, it's funny with hibachi and another thing. Well, first, let me ask you, which one did you go to? Was it a big chain? Was it a local one?
No, the local one
Yeah,
over in
yeah.
Byram. I've never actually been to a Benihana. Like I feel
Hmm.
like Benihana is not even real. It's like the thing you hear about on TV.
Yeah, it's the
But like I've
unicorn of
never actually
hibachi.
seen
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like Studio 54, right? I've actually been to one, I'll be honest. And I've been to Ararang. I guess familiar with that one. Not sure if that's bigger
no,
or maybe
No.
that's more New York, New Jersey. Very fun spots. How was your chef? Was the chef going all out? Did they give you everything? Give you the heartbeat, the volcano, the
He
fire in the
uh,
beginning? You guys get all that?
yeah, we got the volcano, we got the fire. I caught
Good.
my little piece of zucchini
Oh, you caught it? That's
in my
good.
oh
oh,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
that's
I
good.
went 1 for 3.
You went one. Okay. That's a Hall of Fame average, man.
Yeah.
33, 33.
You
That's
know.
a Hall of Fame average. That's
That's another
awesome.
thing, though. That's why I always want to eat my rice because you sit there and you watch people try and catch the zucchini and it like goes around, so that adds
Mhm.
an extra like 5 or 10 minutes to your whole experience. Like I'm hungry, man. I just want to
Oh
eat.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. As much as I love the show, it definitely takes longer for me to get my food and longer for me to eat my
Yeah.
food. So you want that little snack in between. I guess that's why they bring you the salad
Mhm.
and the soup, but that goes quick for me.
I've
Um,
also noticed for whatever reason that meal gets cool very quickly.
Interesting,
I
interesting.
don't.
That's
That's the
interesting.
other
I
reason
wonder
why I'm
if it's
hitting that rice
that
right
vent
away.
fan. I wonder if it's the vent fan that's like sucking the heat and
Oh
the
yeah,
smoke
yeah.
out.
Oh,
That's a good
that's
point.
I wonder if
that's
that
actually
could
a
be
really
it.
good point.
Yeah, because I feel like that's why culinary was our classroom was always so cold, and I feel like that's because all the vent fans were on, kind of sucking the heat out, like the body heat and all that, and so we're kind of just like always a little chilly until we turned the stovetops on, until we turned the flat tops on and all that. So
Yeah.
that's my theory. I could be totally wrong, but I like to think I'm always right. So what are you gonna do? Real quick, the another thing. So I've done hibachi probably like 2 dozen times in my life. I do love it. I'll go once a week if I can find someone to go with me once a week. Um, I've been with fun crowds for the most part. I've been with some people now. I've gone with a group of friends the second to last time I've gone, and usually I like to tip the cook, right? And this time with that group, I tipped the cook. I pulled some money out of the wallet, gave the guy as he left. Um, and my friend next to me is like, "Well, why'd you do that?" And I go, "Well, he put on a show. It's part of the experience. He did a little extra, so you give him a little extra." Um, He's like, no, I like to tip using the just the tip. I'll just give my 20%, 25%, whatever he's going to give, because if the service is good, and I go with that. What's your go-to? Do you guys believe like, hey, the gratuity's more than enough for the chef and what he does, or do you guys like to give him a little extra?
I actually feel like a piece of crap because I never actually thought about tipping
Oh,
the
really?
chef himself. I
Oh,
like
is that
that
not
though.
customary?
I don't.
Honestly, like
I never.
every time I've been to hibachi, and I learned this from someone. Like, I'm not just gonna do it. I feel like I've learned this from someone. So, I'm not just gonna randomly give people money if it's not, a thing.
I like it though. I feel like he does deserve maybe a little something.
Oh, and all the
Yeah.
dad jokes they drop, and
Yeah.
like,
Especially if
I
he
feel
gives
like I
you a
deserve it.
little gives you a little extra sake from the pee man.
Oh
You
my
gotta
god, that's
throw
so
him a couple
good.
bucks.
Did you did you pop for the ceramic Buddha mug?
I did not. He
Ah.
he didn't have a pee man. He had the baby bottle.
The baby bottle.
Yeah.
That's so
It's not,
funny.
it doesn't quite hit the same.
I don't think you know what? I don't think I've ever gotten the sake squirts. I'm gonna call it that. I don't think I've gotten the sake squirts actually.
I don't think I eat enough hibachi, you guys. I don't know what you guys are talking
Oh
about.
my god, Brian, we got to get together. There's so much things we got to do. We're going to Italy, right, for the podcast one day, maybe.
One day.
We're making that up. But no, we have to do hibachi too. We definitely have to do hibachi, man.
Yeah, I've
I'll
only
bring
really
you around
had,
here.
I've only really had hibachi ever on vacation, right? Like,
Oh,
go
okay.
and stay at a resort, and
Yeah.
usually in those places, I'll tip the guy because he is putting on a show, right? He's
Yeah.
going for the tips. So
Absolutely.
no, I don't really go to hibachi locally. I gotta check that out.
We get
Yeah.
get in the rotation.
It's a good spot. It's a
I
good
will
fun
say,
night.
and this is from experience, hibachi is not a good first date. I made that mistake once. The meal goes very quick. There's not a lot of time for canoodling.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
There isn't. It's all about. It's a good first date if you're a shy talker, because all the attention's on the cook and you're kind of side by side. You're not facing each other.
That's
but
that's my PSA for today.
the more you know, yeah.
Put it right up there with offensive comedy shows. That's not a good first date either.
Oh wow!
That sounds like a story.
Yeah, that's for another podcast maybe, or for a hibachi dinner with the boys.
That's for an after dark show.
Yes. Oh my god, I can't wait to hear that story. That sounds awesome, man. Yeah, no, hibachi's great. And the best part is if you go for a birthday and you let them know it's a birthday, at least with Erering and Benihana. Actually, I've never done a birthday at Benihana. I've done Erering and then one of the local spots by my old neighborhood. And they really put on the works there. Erering has like that strobe light disco ball that's like red and green and just spins. So the lights dim, all those little disco balls pop on, and they come out singing with a little candle and a cake.
Oh, I like that.
So it's a fun experience. And the local spot by me was great because it had a big ass gong. It was like probably 5 foot circumference, and like they just whack it 3 times, and then the birthday person got to get up and whack it once, which was really cool. That was
I like that.
Birthdays are fun. Yeah, it's a fun experience, man. If you want to go and laugh and drink really sugary, overpriced drinks, then it's the way to go, and you'll have a good time. You'll have a good time, man. And it's also like a good break when you're just tired of cooking. Like you just want to get out. Like, hey, let's just go have some fun. I don't know what to make. I'm tired of cooking. I'm tired of ordering takeout. Seamless has too much of my money. Let's go someplace and have a good date. I'm actually kind of experiencing a little bit of that because I feel like I'm in a little bit of a rut. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know if you guys can relate, but I for me personally, my rut is because I cook like the same staples. I feel like if we're
100%.
meal planning for the week, I'm doing like 2 things every weekend. And then like, after the third day we get a little tired and I'll make the same 2 or 3 things to supplement, so it always gets repetitive, and I feel like I'm in that rut. I don't know if you guys feel the same. You guys get that?
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you do to try to get yourself out of it, Jimmy?
Oh man, trying to get myself out of it. Honestly, it just, I'm going to use a basketball analogy, right? Shooters shoot. You just got to keep cooking, and then like just maybe step out of your comfort zone and just find a recipe and make something different.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I've struck out a few times the last couple of like new recipes I've been trying because it just not tasting as good as it looks. At least, on the TikTok or in the recipe card or whatever, or in the magazine I'm pulling the recipes from. So it gets a little disappointing, and I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong because I'm in that rut, or it's just not
Yeah.
a great recipe.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that's when having the cooking periodicals and like physical cookbooks
Mhm.
around help, because you can pick those up and kind of flip through them. Maybe something will catch your eye. And then but I also think a lot of it has to do with the seasons that we're in. And I feel like, you know, we're we're still in summer, but we're heading towards the end. And
Mhm.
I think, once that like things cool down a little bit and I start thinking again about like soups and, roasting meats and things like that, you kind of get that rejuvenation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What I'd like to do is so I try and let my memories like trigger for me. And the way I do that is like when I go out to eat, because we're all chefs, we probably don't dine out as much as we want to, at least, I know I don't. But when I do go out, I usually steal a menu and I just have like a folder of menus at home. So if I'm in a rut, I'll like pull out my little menu folder and I'll just look at like some of the cool restaurants that I've been to.
I love
But
that.
That's fun.
I don't actually look for the like food, right? So I'm just looking through the menu. Maybe I ate it when I went there a year ago and I'm trying to remember what that experience was like. Right. So I'm just gonna like try and recreate it from memory or something close to it.
Mhm.
And that generally like gets the juices flowing and I can get a little bit creative. Even if it's
Oh,
not really the same thing, but it helps me out a little bit.
I love that, man. That's so good. That's
I
so
like that.
creative. Like cooking
Yeah.
off memory, like you said. Like you're cooking literally off your memory. Like this is what it tasted like. Let me
Yeah,
recreate that.
yeah. Like
Because it also gets the brain going too, right? You're not
yeah.
just following a recipe.
And
That's brilliant. I love that.
even if it's not really what it tastes like, it's how I
Hmm.
remember it, right? Like I
Yeah.
remember it had a little bit of crunch, and maybe the crunch was from I don't know, popped sesame seed or something like
Hmm.
that, or popped amaranth seed. But I don't have that, so I'm gonna throw some sliced almonds in it or whatever. Like I'm
That's
just
great.
trying to
Yeah,
recreate a
Yeah.
little bit of the experience.
Man, that's awesome.
that's
I
fun.
love
I
that
like
idea.
that.
I like the idea of also taking a menu from like places you
Oh
go.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Just take like especially if it's one of those little paper menus
Yeah,
that
yeah, of course. Those little
they print
pamphlets,
off.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or even just like a picture or something, and
yep,
kind of like
yep,
archive it and kind of keep track. That's really cool, actually. I
yeah,
love that, man. That's actually a great idea. You know, you
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like, and you've had a good experience, so like you're trying to recreate, it, and it's fun. It's more fun.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
And if you went with your wife, which I'm assuming most of the time you go out, you do. You have like a little back and forth. You can have a little dialogue of how it tasted,
Right.
what
Yeah,
needs
yeah,
more of. It's awesome. So like it
yeah.
makes the night fun too. That's really cool,
Mhm.
man. I love that. I really
And
yeah.
it's
love that,
usually
man.
and it can be something like it doesn't have to be specialty ingredients, right? I
Hmm.
remember I went somewhere and I had like a really delicious slow roasted or no cold roasted sweet potato, right?
Hmm.
Like I always got sweet potatoes here because I meal prep them, right? So I don't
Hmm.
have a big coal fire that I can throw it in and roast it for like an hour or so, but I can try and recreate this roasted sweet potato with all the toppings and the stracciatella cheese and
Oh
the
wow,
nuts and all the herbs and stuff. Like I can try and do that. So
dang, that sounds
um,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
So,
awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool. What about like change of environment? Like you kind of change your surroundings in the kitchen. Maybe you pull out another appliance or like music. Let's say, like you guys pick up some music. You guys turn on the JBL speaker. Hey JBL, holler at us. Uh, you guys turn on the speaker and play some jams. You guys listen to music at all
Oh,
or anything?
absolutely. I'm always have music on if I'm in the kitchen,
That's
I'm
awesome.
cooking
yeah.
meals, and I have rules in my house when it comes to music in the kitchen. In the morning for breakfast, it's gonna be John Denver, and if I'm cooking dinner, it's James Brown.
That's
That's
Okay.
that's
awesome.
how
Awesome.
I roll in the kitchen when I'm cooking.
I know you
Nice.
make great breakfasts, but I want to come over for dinner, man. That
Oh
dinner
yeah.
sounds like it's got some funk to it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the best.
That's
James
awesome.
Brown, great cooking music. Just try
Really?
it
I
out.
mean, I
All
just
right.
try to shuffle my feet the whole time, trying to
But
be like
then
James Brown. I
But then
can't fail miserably.
the only time it changes is if I'm doing something. If I'm doing like meatballs, chicken
Mhm.
parmesan, I might go.
Uh
I
oh.
might I might go Rat Pack and then
That's
just
great.
like repeat
When
things
the
I've heard on the
moon
Jersey
hits your
Shore.
eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
That's those are my kitchen soundtracks.
That's great, man. That's great
Nice.
music.
Yeah.
Brian, you listen to music at all, or you have any kind of thing, anything going on in the background?
Yeah, I usually listen to music if I'm making breakfast. That's it. Like
Nice.
weekend breakfast, Saturday, Sunday, and it's always
Yeah.
like reggae, like classic reggae. That's my
Nice.
jam.
Oh
You
man,
know,
late
nice
90s
thing to
reggae
wake up
was
to.
the bomb.
Yeah,
Reggae Gold, like 98, 99, those
yeah,
albums,
yeah.
man. Love
Barrington
that shit.
Levy, yeah, all that
Oh,
shit. Yeah,
so good, man. So good. Damn. That's great. Yeah, we do music more, kid based. I like to play, not I like to play, but I feel like we have a 22-month-old. So we're like, I got to hear the Wheels on the Bus 24 times a day. I'm thinking, right? Like, I'm thinking of like, I just got to play it because that's what he likes. He reacts to it. But my wife's like, no, we'll play classical music in the mornings on weekends. We'll play pop music, we'll play some dance music. So something to like, I guess, change it up a little bit where I'm still doing like the same 5 or 6 nursery rhymes for him, thinking it helps. I don't know if it does, but like, I like to get that in there too. But yeah, we do play a mixture. I don't think when we're cooking as much, but we definitely do it like on the weekend mornings when we're all hanging out. No one's working, no one's on a laptop. And we
What
could
about Kids Pop? How do you guys feel about Kids Pop?
it's the worst shit in the
Oh,
world.
been there. I been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. And we're past that stage. Thank God.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, thank God. That's I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not gonna let my kid listen to it. I'd rather like I play Wu-Tang Clan like on explicit like around my son. He's only 22 months old. He's speaking a lot more now, but like I'll play like Cream, on Sunday morning when I'm cleaning out the garage and he's in, his little play area next to me. And like I just freaking he gets the full experience. I'm not letting him listen to Kids Bop. It's
The straight
terrible.
no chaser, yeah.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, no, straight. I like that.
My son decided to tell his grandma the other day to grab him in the biscuits. So I gotta start watching
What?
what I listen to in the car.
That's great. Does your son? Okay, this is way off topic. Do you guys watch Bluey in your house, Tim?
No,
You're
we're
past
past that
I
stage.
love Bluey, bro. Bluey's a great show.
But I hear great things.
Okay, yeah, because that's when the dad gets hit in the lower region, he goes biscuits. So I wonder if he was copying that, but
My son was referring to the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. You got to get your kids into Taylor Swift ASAP or something. Something a little bit more grandma friendly. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
but I'm still thinking about Brian's taking the idea of taking menus and stuff from places.
Oh, I love it.
Have you ever taken menus from anywhere and looked for like a copycat recipe on any of the things that you've seen?
Yeah, I love to do that. I mean, especially like those chain restaurants, because there's tons of copycats everywhere.
Oh yeah. There's always some good recipes out there.
Yeah,
I'm trying
Golden Corral rolls.
I'm listening.
Huh.
Yeah, really?
If you ever been to Golden Corral buffet,
yeah, I haven't, but I've heard of it.
Trying to get the rolls. Yeah,
the rolls, really.
All right.
Yeah, just the dinner rolls.
Just plain old dinner. That sounds good. All right. I think my favorite copycat, real quick, is Joe Shanghai. They do like soup dumplings in Chinatown in New York City. And I made they have a Shanghai noodle. It's like an udon noodle with pork and vegetables, and it's delicious. And one week we were upstate visiting my father-in-law, and we've gone there a couple times to that restaurant with him when he was in New York City visiting. So I made it once, and it came out fantastic. Like, oh, sorry, I'm just like now I'm drooling thinking about that salty ass noodle dish, but it was great. So yeah, I do love a good copycat recipe. So if you have any, Tim, feel free to share, please.
Many years ago, I did a copycat White Castle hamburger recipe, and it came out so good. But I lost the recipe, and I've searched and looked, and I've never found it. I found other ones, but I know that wasn't the one.
Yeah.
And it's escaped me ever since.
Do you remember how you cooked it? Was there steam involved? Were you steaming the
Yeah,
burger?
you did it
what
like
pan did you use?
You put it like you put the meat out in like a sheet pan, and then you put like a bed of onions over it, and then you baked it, and you covered it. It came out really good.
That's awesome.
But I don't remember all the steps. It was a long time ago.
Anything new you want to try?
So I did see this thing. So apparently Texas Roadhouse, everyone knows they're famous for their cinnamon butter. People always rave about it with the rolls.
I'll tell you this. I'm sorry to cut you off. The only thing I know they're famous for is on TikTok. There's videos of like if people who are at Texas Roadhouse, and I think the buns are free or the rolls are free. Is that true?
I guess, yeah.
Are they unlimited? And people just put their hands up, and the waiter's literally throwing buns at them, and they're just catching it. And
I've never seen
which
that.
seems like really cool. It's like I think one person doing it, but I'll send you the video if I can find it again.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, that's fine. So I know everyone goes crazy for this cinnamon butter, that they make. And I saw somebody the other day, not necessarily a copycat recipe, but they took the cinnamon butter from Texas Roadhouse, which you
Mhm.
can apparently just walk up and buy. And they made Rice Krispie treats with it. And I saw it and I was like, there's no way that this is not delicious.
Wow, that does sound good. So
That sounds
cinnamon,
fantastic.
yeah, that sounds really good. So you could just literally go up there and buy their butter. Like
Yeah.
they're one thing. Do they charge you for that in the store when you're sitting there? That's what I'm curious about.
No.
So it's free if you
complimentary.
with your food. Okay, how's
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse in general? I've never been.
It's all right.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Is it better than Outback?
It's about
They don't have a.
about that.
Okay.
It's on. Yeah, they're kind of on the same level. They do. I don't know
Yeah.
if they still do, but they used to give you peanuts, and you could throw the shells on the floor. I like that part.
Yeah,
That
and they don't
sounds
have a
fun.
bloomin' onion. That's where the
They don't have a bloomin' onion. That's
That's
true.
not good. That's not good. Yeah, the blue onion was fun. Fun fact: Outback Steakhouse is the only restaurant I've ever dined and dashed in my life, and it's been almost 25 years, so I could say it now and not feel guilty. I wanted to pay for all my friends' meals who left before me, but I realized I didn't have enough money on me, so I had to go. I was the last one out. I was like, no one's gonna really do this. You guys are full of shit. And then those shitheads all got up and left me there. So I got up too, and I had to go. Terrible. Felt like shit doing it. So sorry, Outback Steakhouse. I haven't had a blooming onion since. I probably should. Well, order a couple at least. Maybe not eat a couple, but order a couple to make up for those lost wages you guys had
This is
25 years
unrelated.
ago.
Unrelated, but semi-related. You know, thinking about dine and dash. I've never dined and dash, but I did ditch a cab once when I was in college. And now that I think about it, that was one of the dumbest things I could have done because he's in a car and I'm on foot, like trying to run.
You got to stay in the streets, man. Go down an alley or something. Those tight alleys where people can't chase you. That's funny, man. I'm gonna try.
I never dined and dashed, but I was at a restaurant once. We used to go all the time because they had a great wing night.
Mm-hmm.
And we went one night, and there was probably about 6 of us, and we had our wings and everything. And the waitress just kind of like never came back with the check, and we waited and waited and waited, and to the point where like we kind of just tried to figure it out in our heads what the bill
How
would
much?
be, and left the money on the table. But I have no idea if we left enough or too much or
Oh, that's
whatever.
funny. That's really funny. So you don't know if you dine and dash because someone could have picked that money off the table without even,
That could have happened too.
Ah, dang, that's crazy. That's so funny. But I mean, not to keep talking about all our criminal activities. So I'm gonna bring it back real quick. I'm gonna try that. I think so. I'm doing a barbecue at my friend's house this weekend. I got invited over there. I want to make your, what is it? Cinnamon butter. Cinnamon butter,
cinnamon butter, Rice Krispie treats.
So all you're doing is, from what you remember, is you're just substituting the cinnamon butter, the regular butter with cinnamon butter, right? Is that the only difference?
Yeah, you're
All
just
right.
mixing the butter and the marshmallows in the pan before you dump it over the.
No, that
Rice
works.
Krispies.
That works for me because I'm going to Costco to buy some stuff for the barbecue because I'm cooking some other stuff, or at least marinating and prepping stuff.
Nice.
And actually, the only Texas Roadhouse I'm aware of that exists is literally a block from that Costco. So I'll go tomorrow night and I'll pick up the butter.
Nice.
I'll let you know how the transaction goes down. It might be in the back of the parking lot, buying some butter from some guy with a trench coat, or it might be just me leaving with. I mean, I don't know how much I would need. Do they give me a little container?
I don't know. I'll try to find the video that I saw.
I need some
send
sort of
it to you.
reference.
But it was a small tub of butter.
Okay, all right. Should be enough to do what I need to do.
Make it happen.
No, and I'm going to make Rice Krispie treats, and I'll send you photos, and I'll share those photos with you guys at home, listening, and I'll let you know how it turned out. I'll let you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Real quick, your Rice Krispie treats, how long do they last before they get? Is it okay? My thing is they're never as good as the ones in the blue wrapper when I make it home. Do you guys experience that too, honestly, or am I just making them wrong?
Rice Krispies treats are one of those things where, like, you cut a slice, you eat it. Oh, that was good, and maybe it sits there for a little while. But then there's that one moment where you kind of just sit and devour like half the pan.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that kind of food.
I feel like you need to do that when it's hot. Like when it's hot, it's fantastic because it's still not formed. It's still kind of loose and like melty and stretchy. And I think that's when Rice Krispie treat's at its best. At that point, it's way better than the thing in the blue wrapper. But as time goes on, there's diminishing value there, and it
There
just
is.
doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up.
It's always one of those things that I end up just throwing out. You know,
Yeah.
like,
It just gets too hard. Like after a day or two, it's like, this isn't great.
So I've seen this thing that I've been wanting to try. I haven't had the chance to try it yet, but so just like you would toast a marshmallow, people are starting to toast their Rice Krispie treat over the fire a little bit and then eating it. So I wonder if that would, kind of reactivate the marshmallows, get those a little melty again, a little warm, and you're good to go.
Fucking God bless.
Toasty, yeah.
God bless America, man. God bless America. We're fucking toasting Rice Krispie treats. We're buying butter from restaurants straight. Yeah, man. Like, this is great, man. This is great.
I also I love toasting marshmallows around the fire, but this might be controversial, but I'm going to tell everyone now, give up on the graham cracker and the Hershey bar. Just get yourself a fudge stripe cookie. Yeah. It's a game changer.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So what do you just make a sandwich with the marshmallow and the cookies?
Just make a sandwich with the fudge stripe cookie.
Those are the ones that have the chocolate bottom and the little crinkles.
Oh,
of chocolate
you got that right.
Okay.
Yeah, Keebler, Keep the Yelp, right?
Yeah. The Yelp, yeah. Those sound good. Okay, that sounds really good. Yeah. That sounds good because it's a good amount of chocolate, because if you get a little piece of Hershey's, it's just too thick. Yeah. Now, what I like to do is we put it like on the rim of the fire pit a little bit, let that warm up and soften a little bit. But it gets sloppier. It's already sloppy enough. It just gets sloppier. But I like the idea of the built-in cookie chocolate combo. That's a good idea. I'm not gonna. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be around a fire pit, man. Summer's almost over. We got about a month
Fall's
left.
The best time for the fire pit.
Yeah, that's fucking right. That's great. Nice little football game. Watching a football game in the backyard or something.
There you go.
That sounds nice. Fire pit going. Crack
a
couple
Jimmy.
of beers. What's up, brother?
I got a question for you.
Let me hear it.
All right. Why did the tomato turn red?
Why? Hold on. Give me 10 seconds to figure this out, because I'm smarter than a joke. Why?
It's all the salad dressing.
Oh, come on. That's funny, man. That's hilarious. Guys, before we go, we've got big news. You at home listening on your podcast, watching on YouTube, are listening and watching an international podcast. We have a download in Russia.
We did it, guys.
We've done it.
We did
it. Where's the confetti? Where's the red, white, and blue confetti? Because that color is also the Russian flag. That works, no?
If I can confetti. Change and you can change, then everybody can change.
So now we're international. We're worldwide, I guess. If you go the long way, it's basically the whole way around. And we want to say thank you to our friend in Russia. Russia's, our one friend in Russia, because I'm pretty sure we don't have many. Yeah, we hope you're. Yeah. Oh wow.
Hey.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, we hope you come in peace, because as do we. We love. Well, I'll speak for myself. I love a nice Olivier Russian potato salad. Delicious. I love a nice kutlieta. It's a ground chicken cutlet. Oh, so good. You grew up in a very Russian neighborhood, so I've experienced the food. The potatoes these people can make. Roasted potatoes with onions and just a ton of garlic. Amazing. So yeah, thanks for listening. Not just to you, Yaroslav in Russia, but to everyone listening and downloading. We are now on Apple Podcasts. Finally, we got that working. Hopefully by the time you listen to this, we're on Spotify. Thank you to everyone who's watching us on YouTube. We really appreciate you guys. We're here having some fun, and just everyone coming along for the ride. And it's much appreciated that you guys support us and tag along here.
Email us what you want us to talk about too.
Yeah, please. If you have any ideas for talking comments, on Apple Podcasts, what you want to hear, email us at 3guyswics@gmail.com. Send us a DM on Instagram. We're cool. We know DMs. You can slide in there whatever suggestion you have. Suggestion, not suggestive, please. We're all married men. And let us know what you want to hear. What to talk about. You want us to cook something, or you want our opinion on something? We'd love to hear what you guys think. And my friend in Russia, or our friend in Russia, because I'm not taking the credit for that. You email us, please, 3guyswix@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to hear and how you found us, because I'd love to meet you and hear your story too. So, guys, not meet in person. I don't want now our government thinking there's meetings going on, because now it's just too much. Now it's becoming, there's just too much turmoil in current events, and we can't. But I'm going to say thank you guys again for listening. I'm Jimmy.
Yes, thank you. I'm Tim.
I'm Brian.
And this is another episode of Three Guys Wix. See you guys next week.
Take care.
You guys, Wix. Peace.
Peace.